Typically, I'm all dressed up in a coat and tie. We just got off the practice field a little while ago and had a good first practice. We were watching the tape. I'd say it's a little bit of a mixed bag, but certainly more experience as I look around the field. A lot more guys who have played a lot more football. You know, I tracked we've got 9 of our 11 starters coming back on offense and 8 of our 11 starters on defense. We got a returning punter, snapper. We will have a new place kicker and kickoff guy this year, so much more experience, but still fairly young. That's kind of where our program is at. You know, the big thing is just going to be how our quarterback play is. Josh Allen started one game last year. I think he played about a quarter and a half. He played well in the game, played well during the course of the spring, and he looked certainly pretty sharp today. Nick Smith will back him up, but you know, all the positions are important out there on the football field. But if anybody doesn't understand and doesn't see the significance of how well your quarterback plays, you know, there's a great deal of success that comes along with that. And I know that's putting a lot of pressure on that quarterback position. But in our style offense, a pro style offense, that guy's got to be a player. Now, we do feel like Josh possesses great skills. And he's about 6'5". He's put on some weight. He's 225. He runs under 4.7. He can throw the football a country mile. And what we got to do is just make sure he's doing things a little bit more, in sync with his reads. But I think Coach Vigen's done a good job with him. If you look at the strengths of our football team, I think you'd have to really start with our running back position. We'll have a stable of running backs, particularly Brian Hill and Sean Wick, with a pretty seasoned, experienced offensive line. We will have a new center. It looks like DeRyan Epson right now will start, and that's always kind of a neat thing. Here's a guy who, is an in-state guy who's come and paid his dues. He's a fifth-year senior, a walk-on. But all those other 4 guys have played a lot of football in front of him, and so we'll have a couple fullbacks in front of him. So when you look at our style of running and our style of attack, I think we've got 2 very capable running backs. And then the next phase, you look at our receivers. Certainly Tanner Gentry, I thought last year during Mountain West play was a very capable wide receiver. I think at one time he was leading the conference in receptions. Jake Mulhars on the other side. We also think Jacob Hollister, a tight end, is going to really come in and play well. It's a kind of a progression of our whole program. Jacob was recruited before and came in about 205 pounds, and now he's 240 pounds. And so many of these guys have put on lean muscle mass, and so we really think Jacob's going to have a great year for us. Flipping over on the defense, I think you really got to take a look at our secondary. All 4 starters will be coming back. That's always encouraging, particularly in the Mountain West, led by Andrew Winger. Andrew started the lion's share of the year as a freshman and really possesses great ability. He's got good instincts. He was a leading tackler. We certainly don't want him to be our leading tackler this next year, but I think a case in point is shows his ability. He does have exceptional ability, and he's a heady player, so we're excited about Andrew being back, but our 2 corners will be back. Next, you have to look at our linebacker play. Lucas Walker is another guy that's changed his physical composition. He's about 225 to 230 pounds. Played a lot of football. We've moved him into the middle position, so he's in charge of a lot of our calls. It's a challenging position in the Tampa 2, but he's really played well there. DJ Mays, another guy that last year at this time he was just transitioning over to defense, and so now he's had a chance to play a whole year on defense. We're still kind of sorting out our Sam linebacker position, and our Will linebacker right now is Logan Wilson, who's from Natrona County. So, we've got good ability. All those guys, DJ runs about 4.4. Lucas is a 4.5 guy, and Logan Wilson's a 4.55 guy. So we've got some good speed up there. The defensive front is really always going to be an important part of our defense. Some of our strengths of our position, I think, you're going to see Carl Granderson. Last year he was 6'6" and 200 pounds, and today he walked off the field. He's 6'6", 243 pounds. And he's got a big frame, but he's starting to look like a defensive end should look like. And some of the other guys, Connor Kane, Johanna Gaffan, Sidney Malahulu has really leaned up, and he's 300 pounds. Kevin Prosser's the other end. Kevin's a 4.5 guy, but he's still a little bit light in the britches. But I guess the overall message is we got a lot of players who played a lot of football. Last year we were I've said this time and time again, I think we were about the second youngest football team in America, and during the majority of the year they played like that. They need to take another step forward. They're more familiar with our coaches. We're more familiar with them, and so it's an opportunity for our program to take another step forward. We've got a great opponent coming in here on our first game. Northern Illinois is really a solid football program. If you look at their win-loss record over the last 10 years, I think they're one of the top 3 in the country. I know a couple of years ago they were in the Orange Bowl. And so they're well coached, well stocked with talent, and it'll be a great opening night for us. So that being said, I'll be more than happy to open up to any questions anybody might have. No questions?